Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum ya tulab. Yes, welcome back with the program Read Arabic in a Matter of Minutes. And as we explained, we are dealing with the letters Mim, Kaf, Ha, Waw, and Ya. And we previously dealt with the Mim and the Kaf in a number of sessions. So now we are looking at the next few letters. And first up, the H sound. The H sound, or the Ha, of course, can also be written in four ways as we mentioned before. And here are two of the ways we can see the Ha written, depending on whether it's at the beginning of a word or at the end. And these two shapes, this first one we will find at the beginning of words, and sometimes in the middle it's similar to that, and other times it will be a bit different. Other shape, this one we will find when it's alone. So when the Ha stands alone, it should have this shape, although in many books this shape will still show the Ha. In any event, so at the end of words we will find it at this shape if it cannot be attached to words. If it can be attached, the shape will be similar to this but slightly different, and we'll look at that as we move along. So that's the H. If we add the A sound, then we get Ha. And of course, Ha, you know, the H on its own has meaning as well. It normally means him or he if it's at the end of words. And that is normally with the U sound or with the I sound. But when it's Ha, it normally, can be found in other combinations, which we will look at as we move on. And one of this is at the beginning of a word, we can find Hal. So Hal, as we explained already, is a question word, and it's a synonym of like we explained, in many instances the Arabs use Now these words Hal and are used when we don't have another question word. So for example, in English we have words like where, when, how, why, etc. But sometimes we have questions, or we form questions without one of these words. For example, if we say, is he there? Are you at home? Then there's no question word. We just change the word order in English from he is there, and we say, is he there? Now in Arabic, in cases like that, we will use hal or So Arabic has a question word, although often the word will also be left out. But in Arabic, the word order will not change normally. If we add the A sound to the H or to Ha, it gives us Ha. And here we can see the two forms. The Ha here, in this shape, we'll normally find at the beginning of words, and sometimes also at the end. If the letter preceding this Ha cannot be attached to it, then we will find this shape. If it can be attached, we will find the shape like this, which is, as you can see, slightly different. So this is still Ha in the middle or towards the end of a word, but not at the very end. As you can see, there's an alif at the end here. So this is the second last letter in this particular form. So if we find Ha like this, it means her, like we can say Masmuha, what is her name? Or we can say qalamuha, her pen, etc. And in these cases it will be written either like this or like this, depending on whether the last letter of the previous word can be connected. So that is the Ha. Shukran jazilan wassalam. Well done, ahsant. Thank you very much. Shukran jazilan. That brings us to the end. والسلام. شكرا جزيلا والسلام.